For me, this is the genesis of my experience in Alaska, and had that not happened, I can assure you there would be no UnCruise adventures today. It's just so amazing. I came up in 1987. I was hired to operate the Park Service's day boat out of Bartlett Cove. I took my family, which was then a 14-month-old son and a daughter that we didn't know was actually in the cooker when we took off. 25-foot seas and 50-knot winds. I mean, it was pretty rugged. We got up to Bartlett Cove in Glacier Bay National Park, and I started my job. And what I found that was most wonderful about that experience is that I had a chance to have a Park Service naturalist right next to me for 97 days that season. And all that I had learned as a young fella growing up, and I was on the water all my life. My family raised me on a tugboat. So I'd been exposed to the natural world a lot, but didn't really understand it all. And that 97 days of having a Park Service naturalist just share all the beauty of Alaska with our guests and with the crew literally changed my life. And I was fortunate enough that fall that the boat was sold to a guy named Chuck West, who was kind of a founder of the travel industry here in Alaska. And when I had the opportunity to go with the boat and start up his maritime part of his company as his first maritime employee, I was just elated and jumped at the opportunity. As you learn more about the state, you realize that the type of person that came up here was not only very industrious, they were adventurers, they were risk takers, and they were trying to seek a better life, just like we all are all the time. But the part to me that has really come about in the last 10 years and why I get so emotional is because I don't think all that has been done up here was for want. I think it was done for good reason, and I believe that if I'm going to pass this on to my kids and my kids' kids and all that kind of thing, that the last frontier needs to remain the last frontier. I'm respecting all those early pioneers, the sourdoughs as we call them, but also respecting what we're seeing right now, which is just absurd nature. Absurd nature. And the hope that this can be preserved, not just for me today or for you, but for all of us. To me, it's just such a treat. And I get emotional about that because in my hometown, north of Seattle, Washington, was once a fishing area that was plentiful, and all that's gone. We don't want that to happen to Alaska. You know, there are many pressures on the state right now that would try to turn that table and work towards more extraction, work towards things that could damage our salmon runs. And there's a lot of us that are just saying we're done. It's time to change. And fortunately, a good percentage of the population of the state's for that. So yeah, I get emotional about it. I raised my kids up here.